Hello, and welcome to another episode of They Don't Pay Us to Talk. My name is Allison, and I'm fully aware the prior episode ran out of time and kind of ended on a cliffhanger of sorts. Okay, not a legit cliffhanger, more like the candle kind of blew out. So fine, I get it. I didn't bother putting a show together today because I figure I'll just get paved over by that weird music and... Yep, there it goes. Bye, everybody. Maybe someday this podcast will be taken seriously and not be a distraction from cross-dimensional adventures.
The supernatural police faced their worst demon incursion yet, and Officer Sakura was nearly taken to the mythical dungeon to be force-fed cooked carrots for all eternity.
But Sir David, Lord of the Maserati, rode to their aid. Thousands of demons were converted to an entire landscape of stinking poop, thanks to the Temptress and her powerful dark magic, which incidentally summons more demons every time she uses it. So perhaps she be part of the problem.
But the supernatural police have tightened up their battle formation, and Commander Hiroto is about to lead a daring counterstrike that may end this conflict once and for all in this exciting episode, called 0 Hour, which is a cool title, so you know it's going to be epic.
And Sir David, blade in hand, stands fearlessly beside Not Axa, his beautiful but deadly barbarian queen, who wields her enormous sword with the strength of 10 men. 'Tis indeed a sight. All quake at her might, yet gawk at her knockers.
True, they're indeed looking battle-ready, but the supernatural police are powering up the tarot cannon to shoot ultra-powerful ephemeris bolts that will send the demon incursion into retreat in short order. Commander Hiroto is on the case.
Sure, it be a fine cannon, but it be no match for Mordred the Mauve and his trusty bag of holding, which is stuffed to the brim with helpful scrolls and potions.
Okay, how about I give you a knuckle sandwich?
And how do you fancy I baste your hide and play a tune upon your noggin?
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Whatever happened to showing and not telling? There's more conflict between the narrators than down here, where the actual demons are attacking us.
If it be all the same, me lady, this be an audio-only podcast, so telling is all we have to our names, as all men know.
He makes a fair point, Temptress. You people can't see it, but I am nodding in agreement with the second announcer.
And I am nodding off with all this ridiculous arguing! How about you guys go duke it out in the parking lot, and we will rid the land of these demons?
Okay, enough said. Commander Hiroto is on the case. Ha! There, I got in the last word. Eat it, other announcer!
Commander, the narrators have been arguing and nobody knows that we're all being carried off to face certain doom.
We never got past the startup screen for the tarot cannon. If the engineers ask for feedback, I am going to give them an earful.
Commander, I heard they strip everyone naked before throwing them in the mythical dungeon. I'm not super body positive, but it hasn't been an issue because we are always wearing our cool uniforms.
That's not entirely true. Soda. In fact, they only strip the women naked. Us men have nothing to worry about. And I happen to enjoy cooked carrots. If they think they're going to torture me with that stuff, they'll be the ones who suffer.
But Commander, I hate cooked carrots and people make completely exaggerated fan art of me online. How disappointed are they going to be when they see I don't have much in the way of booty and definitely not high 4-letter cup sizes?
Yes, we're actually pretty nondescript, as that sort of thing goes. I hate the thought of disappointing the enthusiastic fan art community, including the cosplay girls that capitalize on our iconic IP to drive up their Instagram numbers.
Okay, this is pretty grim. We're all standing in a cool circle like the Avengers in that first movie, and all of the supernatural police are getting taken away by demons.
That's not grim. They spared us, didn't they?
They didn't spare us. We weren't who they wanted, which is making me feel rejection.
Right, and there are only 4 of us against millions of demons. who are all heading back to that glowing hole in the ground.
If I may, my lord, I have a scroll of Maximus Terminus. If I read it aloud...
Mordred, if you say something completely hack-worthy, I am going to lose my shit. We can't keep relying on Deus Ex Machinas to patch up enormous holes in the plot.
I was merely going to say, if I read it aloud, the hole in the ground will close up, and the demons won't be able to return through it until one of them does a good deed.
Oh, gag. This is worse than I thought. I guess Ethan has given up on even trying to craft a tight, gripping story.
Wait, this might be crazy enough to work. They won't get away with the supernatural police, and since all of the demons are evil, none of them will do a good deed.
Hey, I'm evil, and I do good deeds all the time.
That's debatable, not the first part. I am referring to the latter half.
And Hal is where exactly? QED.
You had better make a decision quickly, Sir David. The demons we're concerned with are almost to the portal.
Do it, Mordred, but I swear to God, I want a full accounting of the magic items in that bag by sundown. I'm sick of these convenient shortcuts and curveballs.
As you wish, my lord, starting with this scroll.
I'm here too, and will say Mordred the Mauve read from the scroll of Maximus Terminus in the nick of time, closing the glowing portal and stopping the remnants of the once million-strong demon horde in their tracks. It's still winter roast season, you guys. You might want to move on that if you haven't already.
What's this? Our path to the mythical realm is blocked. There are only 500,000 of us left by my back of the napkin math.
Commander, the gate between realms has closed. We might not be stripped naked after all, and by we, I mean as females.
Roger, Commander! Wearing clothes!
While it's a bit cart before the horse, I say, strip the females. They don't want us to do it, which is like catnip for our kind.
Wait, hold up. What do you mean? Our kind?
Who are you to talk? You're white as the driven snow. Just like nearly everybody in this podcast, with very limited exceptions.
As a black voice actor, I am offended. Elbowing in the ribs!
Ow. You have made me lose my grip. Now you'll fall to your doom, because you guys don't wear parachutes, as far as I can tell.
Takumi, I trust you know how to handle this situation. Use your training.
Roger! Commander! Doing a bunch of somersaults at 30,000 feet until I land on my feet unharmed.
Oh, for crying out loud. At least we have wings, so our aerial maneuvers make a sort of sense. That's just anime baloney.
But Officer Takumi ignored the skeptical demon and soon landed on his feet unharmed. He looked up at the others and gave them a wave, then ran as fast as he could to the tarot cannon while black lines fluttered around him in a circle. I'll take a moment to mention the tarot cannon, cross-dimensional cruiser, and undressable action figures of Aiko, Sakura, and Himari are all available from select retailers. Tell your parents, except maybe for that last part, which caters to a different age group. And whatever you do, avoid alt/supernatural police on Reddit unless you want to be grounded for a year.
I made it to the tarot cannon. Loading startup screen. Waiting for Windows Update.
I don't suppose you have a scroll for that?
I don't fancy Sir David's boot up my backside, so I will pretend I do not.
Temptress, with the portal closed, you can use your dark magic without any concern of demons returning to this realm. Maybe you can turn more of them into poop to give the supernatural police a chance to break free and turn the tide of battle.
I like it, Hatrack. Not the poop part, but it is effective. I'm not happy about these competing scents that clash with my trendy perfume.
The Temptress literally laid waste to 10,000 more demons, who decorated the landscape in a disgusting splat that hopefully is not ruining your meal if you're eating anything while listening to this podcast.
And the supernatural police were freed from the demons. They did a blend of high-altitude flips or splayed their arms out artistically to basically fall with style, which really walks the line where Pixar is concerned, but that's the best explanation I can give in the smallest number of words.
Sheesh. And that guy doesn't cost extra like I do.
And I cost 3 times as much as you do. Don't buy any green bananas, she-witch.
I'm cheaper. That's easier to justify, Farrah Foxface. And I'm BFF with one of the producers.
And I'm super premium, which makes me irresistible to the other one. Soon the Lord of the Maserati will be the top story.
Yeah, about that. How about we stop derping around next to my car and get out there? The song selection at the Elf Song Tavern is getting stale, and the bards won't write any new bangers until there's something new to report. Not Axa Mordred with me. Temptress, Holly, smash. Sorry, I muffed that. Damn it. Anyway, punch away and keep that poop coming. Okay, again, I am referring to that thing you do where you use dark magic to turn demons into poop, not suffer a bout of IBS.
Will you shut up already and raise your blade?
Right, it's go time.
David, Not Axa, Mordred the Mauve, the Temptress, and Holly all rushed. You know what? I'm really not suited to action scenes. Can I tag someone else in?
I be at your service. Sir David valiantly raised his steel and stepped forth, daring the demon horde to engage forthwith. Not Axa, his busty barbarian queen, did heave her mighty sword and shake her head so the breeze could take her hair out of her eyes and blow dramatically in the gust. Meanwhile, Mordred reached into his bag of holding and produced a dark red potion bottle.
Meanwhile, Officer Takumi ran the tarot cannon in safe mode because it hadn't been shut down properly last time and shot down a cluster of demons who were chasing the rest of the supernatural police. See, our stuff is way cooler and much easier to narrate. We're going full-time, losers. Don't buy any green bananas.
And I'll be seeing you in the parking lot. My steel will slice you to ribbon.
And I say real men fight mano a mano. If you're so gangsta, why do you need steel?
Enough of this testosterone fest. Hatrack, let's make the skies a lot clearer, but the air much smellier. Start punching noses already. Demon ones, to clarify. But if you accidentally hit one of those windbags, I didn't see anything. I assure you.
Acknowledged, Temptress, punching noses.
Holly punched several demons in the nose, while the Temptress used her dark magic to poopify hundreds more. I would say what David's group was doing, but I feel like that could get ugly.
Begging your pardon, I'll see to that. Sir David did bravely face the demon horde head-on, as did Not Axa with deadly steel and bare chest, having lost her top again in the scrum.
Make way, Sir David comes to the aid of slugs and hotties. Away, away, sing praises of the Lord of the Maserati. The Lord of the Maserati. The Lord of the Maserati.
This potion will vaporize any demon within a mile of it when the vial breaks open, my lord. One good throw should do the trick.
Just eyeballing it, this battlefield doesn't seem to be a mile in diameter. If you throw that thing, the battle will be over in a blink of an eye.
I believe my arm is up to the task. I bowled cricket at Cambridge and played Hamlet there as well. But let's not draw attention to my acting CV in this certainly novel production, I will say quite charitably.
I forbid you to throw that potion, Mordred. Find something a bit less thorough. We've cut enough corners for one lifetime.
I have a scroll that removes disgusting odors from a 5-mile radius, my lord. if that be more to your liking.
Now we're talking. Get enunciating.
Mordred did as David asked, and soon the air changed from brown to blue, which I say because the sky be blue, as all men know. And thus it must be the color of the very air itself.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. The air doesn't have a color. Nobody can see it. I can accept the brown reference because I know you meant poop. But I am picking my battles, and that's the hill I'm choosing to die on.
Nay, I be saying brown because that be the color of milking cows, as all men know.
So reading that scroll removed the smell of milking cows for a 5-mile radius? That doesn't make any sense. Seriously, who hired this guy?
Nay, ye who scrubber, I be saying that thanks to Mordred's scroll, nobody now be smelling the supernatural police's derriere. Oh, be groaning on your own time, ye swabs.
Okay, that does it. Outside now!
Commander, the air smells much nicer now. I know we anime girls don't have much in the way of noses, but I for one still appreciate it.
I do too. Himari, even though my nose is just a longer line than yours is, a few more blasts of the tarot cannon should clear out the last of the remaining demon horde.
I can only fire the cannon 2 more times in safe mode, Commander. Then it needs a full shutdown and has to sit for at least 30 minutes.
Then save it as a last resort. The rest of you form the super psychic schizophrenic bond and repel the demons. This will keep the base secure, while the others engage in swordplay and nose punching to rout the demon incursion.
Roger, Commander!
But the super psychic schizophrenic bond is still in beta testing. It's too dangerous to use until the lab gets the results back from the placebo group.
This is a decisive battle. Himari, we have to do whatever it takes to take down those demons. I will bear full responsibility if anyone turns to green goo, like the first time they tested it.
Commander, how many times has it been tested since then?
I think just the once. Let's not get wrapped up in petty details. This is a job only the supernatural police can handle.
Right, I'm back. Oof, that guy sure can throw a punch. Anyway, the supernatural police formed the super psychic schizophrenic bond, and the bonds of time and space that form the basis for our collective reality were torn to shreds. Commander Hiroto is on the case, and by the case, I mean he is a red triangle set against a super freaky psychedelic background that looks like the projections the Allman Brothers used to shine behind the stage in the 90s. Lots of that stuff at the end of 2001. A Space Odyssey is an apt comparison too, if you didn't catch the Allmans back in the day at Summerfest, among other venues. Officer Himari is... well, I don't think we have words for what Officer Himari is, to be honest. Oh, don't you be coming back here to start nothing. I'll hit you upside the head with a ratchet. Oh, it's some guy wearing a suit. Huh, that's weird. I was kind of expecting someone else, namely Naomi. Seriously, is that bit ever going to get resolved?
Submitted for your approval. A group of police officers who collectively go by the moniker the Supernatural Police arrived to work today, a day like many others in most respects. But today is nothing at all like any other day, because days, among a vast collection of other mundane concepts and details, now are utterly devoid of meaning in...
Don't you dare say it. We will get sued 68 ways to Sunday.
The eventide.
Oh, well... that might be okay, I guess.
Also, the court system is now infinite strings of quantum spaghetti traveling through a nameless void. I very well could have said the other thing, but chose not to. In unrelated news, I will bet you $5 Ethan put an Eventide shirt in their merchandise store nobody shops at.
Fat chance, Buster. Even Vegas isn't touching that. Wait, I'm receiving word the Oyo Hotel is. Well, now what? We drift through the nameless void for all eternity, driven to madness at the eldritch horrors that await us at the edges of human comprehension?
I still be here, me lads, banged up but not brought low, and it looks like it be up to me to save the day.
Okay, let's hear it. the ratchet can wait in case this is actually helpful.
Here be yon Mordred, and he be having his bag of holding.
Go on.
As it happens, I have a scroll of the 13 Omegas. Once read aloud, it can erase a single mistake, which I dare say can be traced directly to the supernatural police, not to take sides in your tiff.
But it was their thick-headed plan what undone the fabric of time and space. As all men know...
Sigh, very well. I'm not happy about this for several reasons, but if it restores the basis of all reality, for good and for ill, then so be it.
Then I shall read it aloud forthwith. Unter glebin glompin globin.
And with that, the fabric of all reality was restored in a flash, and the supernatural police found themselves back where they had made their fateful decision. Sorry, I kind of picked up the ball and ran with it there. I guess I'm just really anxious to get my beloved winter roast back from oblivion. I'll get back in my lane, which now decidedly exists, and on that point, we can all agree.
This is a decisive battle. Himari, we have to do whatever it takes to take down those demons. I will bear full responsibility if anyone turns to green goo, like the first time they tested it.
Commander, how many times has it been tested since then?
I think just the once. Let's not get wrapped up in petty details. This is a job only the supernatural police can handle.
Right, I'm back. Oof, that guy sure can throw a punch. Anyway, the supernatural police formed the super-psychic schizophrenic bond, and the bonds of time and space that form the basis for our collective reality were torn to shreds. Are you freaking kidding me?
Submitted for your approval. Imagine, if you will, a serialized podcast written and produced by Ethan Johnson. A podcast of sight, if you saw this on YouTube. A podcast of sound, including various theme music written and performed by Ethan Johnson. A podcast of infinite possibilities that all collapse down to the easiest option, usually. Imagine liking and subscribing to that podcast. Consider, if only for a moment, helping me win $5 off that other announcer and visiting taters-gonna-shop.printify.me to see if there actually is an Eventide shirt. And if you're feeling especially generous, perhaps pick up a shirt or coffee mug. No AI was used in the production of this episode, with the exception of certain title cards that won't matter if you didn't see the video version of this podcast. All characters are fictional and Ethan Johnson's intellectual property. Come back next week for another spine-chilling episode of The Eventide.
Now you've crossed the line. This podcast be called Lord of the Maserati. As all men know, prepare to taste my steel, ye hoose grubber.
Oh, I am so taking a ratchet to both of you.
Arcturus.